Good morning, students. In the last class, we discussed about the law of conservation of mass, where we learned that the total mass of reactant must be equal to the total mass of the product in a chemical reaction. It means that the mass can neither be created nor be destroyed in a chemical reaction. In today's class, I am giving you some numericals on the basis of this law. So here, rise sodium. Question number 1. Sodium sodium carbonate reacts with ethanoic acid to produce sodium ethanoate carbon dioxide and water. Okay, right. In an experiment 5.3 gram of sodium carbonate reacts with 6 gram of ethanoic acid 6 gram of ethanoic acid to form 8.2 gram of sodium ethanoate 2.2 gram of 2.2 gram of carbon dioxide and 0.9 gram of water. Show that this data verified the law of conservation of mass. Verified conservation, I think this region is not visible. Law of conservation of mass. I am writing here. Okay. The question is, the sodium carbon reacts with ethanoic acid to produce sodium ethanoate carbon dioxide and water. In an experiment, 5.3 gram of sodium carbonate reacts with 6 gram of ethanoic acid to form 8.2 gram of sodium ethanoate, 2.2 gram of carbon dioxide and 0.9 gram of water. Show that this data verify the law of conservation of mass. So what is given here? That is sodium carbonate. It reacts with ethanoic acid to produce what it will produce. It will produce sodium ethanoate plus I am writing here carbon dioxide प्लस वाटर। तो हम लोग अगर एक लाइन में नहीं लिख पाएंगे तो नीचे नीचे लिखना, लेकिन एरो के राइट साइड में ही लिखना, ठीक है। सोडियम कार्बोनेट एंड इथेनोइक एसिड, these are the reactants and these are the products. Okay, now 5.3 gram of sodium carbonate, 5.3 gram of sodium carbonate reacts with 6 gram of ethanoic acid to produce 8.2 gram of 8.2 gram of sodium ethanoate, 2.2 gram of carbon dioxide is given, and 0.9 gram of water. Okay, to verify this law we have to calculate the total mass of reactant and the total mass of product. If the total mass of reactants will be equal to the total mass of product, then you can see that this information verify the law of conservation of mass. Okay, so first we have to calculate total mass of reactants. As we know that reactants are present at the left side of the yield line, so here the reactants are sodium carbonate and ethanoic acid, right? The amount of sodium carbonate is 5.3 and ethanoic acid is 6. So the total value is 11.3 gram. Next, total mass of products, that is given. If the products are sodium carbonate, carbon dioxide and water, let me add this values, the amount of the products. 8.2 plus 2.2 plus 0.9. Now if we add this, what will get? 2 2 4 9 4 13 का 3 आप में रहेगा 1 8 2 10 plus 1 11. It has been observed that the total mass of the reactants are equal to the total mass of product. It means this law of this data verified the law of conservation of mass. अगर टोटल मास ऑफ रिएक्टेंट टोटल मास ऑफ प्रोडक्ट के साथ इक्वल नहीं होता तो हम लोग बोलते कि दिस डेटा डज नॉट वेरीफाई द लॉ ऑफ कंजर्वेशन ऑफ मास. जैसे कि इक्वल हो जा रहा है तो मतलब ये जो इंफॉर्मेशन है वो सब सही है. ओके, नाउ आई थिंक दिस वन इज क्लियर. तो इसके बाद आप थोड़ा सा अपने हिसाब से लिख सकते हैं कि here we find that the total mass of the reactant is equal to the total mass of the product. Means in this reaction mass is not created, not destroyed. So this data verifies the law of conservation of mass. ठीक है, इतना आप लिख सकते हैं. Okay, let me proceed for the next question. I am giving you one more question here. The next one is calcium carbonate decompose to form, just a minute, decomposes on heating to form calcium oxide and carbon dioxide when 10 gram of calcium carbonate is heated, it gives means on total decomposition, मतलब पूरा टूट गया है, पूरा डिकम्पोज हुआ है, टोटल रिएक्शन, it gives 5.6 gram of calcium oxide and calcium oxide, right? Calculate the amount of carbon dioxide oxide formed. Okay. Calculate the amount of carbon dioxide formed in this reaction. We have to calculate it. Let us solve it. It is given that calcium carbonate. It is given that calcium carbonate, when it is heated, it forms calcium oxide plus carbon dioxide, right? So calcium carbonate, when it is heated, then it will form calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. When 10 gram of calcium carbonate is heated, it forms 5.6 gram of calcium oxide and let x gram of calcium carbon dioxide is produced here. So as we know that in a reaction the total mass of the reactant must be equal to the total mass of the product. So we can write that x plus 5.6 is equal to 10. Then x is equal to 10 minus 5.6. So x is equal to 4.4 gram. So the answer is that 4.4 gram of carbon dioxide is produced in this reaction. Which law we used in this reaction to solve this question? That is the law of conservation of mass. Okay, the law of conservation of mass. I think this here x is equal to 10 minus 5.6. Okay, that is x is equal to 4.4 gram. We use the law of conservation of mass to solve this question. Okay, now I think this one is clear to all of you. So this type of question will be faced by you in final exams. So let me proceed for the next law. Today we will discuss about the second topic, that is law of definite proportion or constant proportion. Constant proportion. Okay, let me discuss about it. Suppose you collect water in 3 different sources. You collected water from 3 different sources. Suppose sea water, you collect tap water, you also collect the pond water. Okay. Now, what will be the formula of sea water? That is H2O. Tap water, it is H2O. Pond water, it is H2O. Okay. Now we are taking the ratio of mass of hydrogen is to mass of oxygen. Okay. We are taking the ratio of mass of hydrogen and mass of oxygen. What we are taking? Mass of hydrogen and mass of oxygen. Right. So here hydrogen is to oxygen. The mass of hydrogen is 1. Okay, mass of hydrogen is 1. There are 2 hydrogen atoms, that will be 1 into 2 is 2. Oxygen, it is 16. There is only 1 oxygen atom, that is 16 into 1, or you can write directly 16. That will be 2 is to 16 and it is 1 is to 8. Okay, 1 is to 8. Now here hydrogen in this tap water, that is also 2 is to 16, that is 1 is to 8. For this, the mass of hydrogen is to mass of oxygen, that will be 2 is to 16, that is 1 is to 8. What we are observing here? This whatever the source of the compound it is, whatever the source it will be, but if it is a given compound, if the compounds are same, then the ratio of the masses of the elements which are present within the compound is always constant. Okay, the ratio of the masses of the elements present within the compound, okay, is always constant. So in a given substance, the elements are always present in a definite proportion by mass. ठीक है, किसी एक गिवन कंपाउंड में एलिमेंट्स का मास का जो प्रोपोर्शन होता है, मास का जो रेशियो होता है, वो ऑलवेज कांस्टेंट होता है, फिक्स्ड होता है. ओके, इफ वी टेक दिस एग्जांपल, now we learned this from this example already. Now here I am giving you the statement of this law. What is the statement of this law? In a given substance, in a given substance, the elements are always present in a given substance, the elements are always present in definite proportion by mass. Okay, means in a given substance the elements are always present in definite proportion by mass. किसी एक given compound में elements का जो mass का ratio होगा, mass percentage, that will be always constant. Okay, in a given element the elements are always present in definite proportion by mass. ठीक है, समझ में आ गया? तो किसी एक गिवन कंपाउंड में एलिमेंट्स का जो मास रेशियो होगा वो हमेशा क्या होगा, कांस्टेंट होगा, एंड दिस लॉ इज कॉल्ड द लॉ ऑफ कांस्टेंट प्रोपोर्शन. नाउ ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ दिस आई एम गिविंग यू वन क्वेश्चन. ठीक है, इसके ऊपर हम आपको एक क्वेश्चन दे रहे हैं. क्या लिखे क्वेश्चन को, आई एम रेजिंग दिस, बहुत इजी क्वेश्चन है. Hydrogen and oxygen combine in the ratio 1:8 by mass to form water. Okay, combine in the ratio 1:8 by mass to form water. What mass of oxygen gas is required? What mass of oxygen gas is required to react completely with 3 gram of hydrogen gas? Okay, so this was the question. So write down this question. क्वेश्चन को लिख लेंगे. अच्छा, ये वाला क्वेश्चन ठीक से शायद नहीं दिख रहा है. आई एम राइटिंग दिस क्वेश्चन. हाइड्रोजन एंड ऑक्सीजन combine in the ratio 1:8. Hydrogen and oxygen combine in the ratio 1:8 by mass to form water. What mass of oxygen gas is required to react completely with 3 gram of hydrogen gas? Let us solve this question. So here the reaction is that hydrogen it reacts with oxygen. It reacts with oxygen to form water. Okay, to form water. What is the mass of hydrogen? Yet 1:8. Okay, they combine the ratio 1:8. So we can say that 8 gram of hydrogen is required to react with 1 gram of hydrogen. Okay, and 8 gram of oxygen is required to be react with 1 gram of hydrogen. Okay, so what will be the amount of hydrogen? Suppose we are taking 1 gram of hydrogen which combines with 8 gram of oxygen. Okay, इसको अच्छे से समझें. 1 gram of hydrogen combines with 8 gram of oxygen to form water. So 2 gram of hydrogen. Okay, 1:8. Suppose we are taking 1 gram. So we see 2 gram of hydrogen, it combines with 16 gram of oxygen to form water. That is 2:16. It will be 1:8. The ratio must be constant. So 3 gram of oxygen combines with 24 gram of oxygen to form water. So that's the answer. Now इसको थोड़ा सा लिख के सॉल्व किया जाए। इसको थोड़ा सा लिख के सॉल्व किया जाए। 1 gram of hydrogen requires to react with 8 gram of oxygen. Okay, 8 gram ऑक्सीजन, 1 ग्राम हाइड्रोजन को 8 ग्राम ऑक्सीजन के साथ रिएक्ट करना है टू फॉर्म वाटर। सो 3 ग्राम 3 gram of hydrogen requires to react with requires इसको हम डॉट दे हम यहाँ पे डॉट दे रहे हैं, अब लोग थोड़ा सा लिख लेना है इसको, ठीक है। requires to react with that is 8 into 3 that is 24 gram of oxygen. Okay, now check that in case of this experiment hydrogen is to oxygen, that is 3 gram hydrogen combines with 24 gram oxygen. Okay, the ratio will be 1:8. So this ratio must be constant. तो देखो अगर आपको ऐसा क्वेश्चन पूछा जाए, हाइड्रोजन एंड ऑक्सीजन दे कंबाइन इन 1:8 ratio to form water. So if how much amount of oxygen is required to react completely with 4 gram of hydrogen, ठीक है, तो क्या करेंगे, दोनों को 4 से मल्टीप्लाई कर दो, तो 4 ग्राम ऑफ हाइड्रोजन इक्वल 32 ग्राम ऑफ ऑक्सीजन। ठीक है, समझ में आ गया, बहुत इजी है ना। 4 ग्राम ऑफ हाइड्रोजन इक्वल 32 ग्राम ऑफ ऑक्सीजन। बट इसको थोड़ा सा लिख के करेंगे कि 1 ग्राम ऑफ हाइड्रोजन इक्वल टू रिएक्ट विद 8 ग्राम ऑफ ऑक्सीजन, सो 4 ग्राम ऑफ हाइड्रोजन इक्वल टू रिएक्ट विद 4 into 8 दैट इज 32 ग्राम ऑफ ऑक्सीजन। ठीक है, ठीक है बच्चों, समझ में आ गया, बहुत इजी क्वेश्चन है। नेक्स्ट क्लास में हम लोग ऐसा और एक दो क्वेश्चन को करेंगे और उसके साथ साथ इसके नेक्स्ट टॉपिक को भी स्टडी करेंगे। ओके, तो इस क्वेश्चन को आप लोग फिर से सॉल्व करें और अपने से एक ऐसा क्वेश्चन बनाएं इस टाइप का, जैसे 4 ग्राम हाइड्रोजन है ना, ये वाला। ठीक है, हो जाएगा, इतना तक करें, नेक्स्ट क्लास में हम लोग